Hello! Welcome to my attempt at Vlogmas 2024. If you are new here, my name is Megan. This is my channel, Show and Tell Meg, and I like to make things. I like to knit and crochet and sew and lots of other things. I just started doing YouTube at the beginning of this year, and I always have liked watching Vlogmas every year, and I was really hesitant to try to do it myself. Just knowing my own schedule, I work full time, I have kids, all those kinds of things. And so with all the other commitments that I have, I knew that I wouldn't be able to upload every day, but I still really wanted to give it a try because, like I say, I really enjoy watching people's Vlogmas videos. And I already started filming this, and I realized today, which is day 2, that I didn't have any kind of intro or anything like that. So this is end of day 2 Megan coming at you to say hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas. Realistically, I will not be able to post every day. I will have collections of a couple of days put together. Some days are going to be boring as heck and a lot of, me in pajamas knitting. Other days, like the last 2 days, have been very busy and Christmassy. It'll be a mixed bag, but there will be plenty of knitting and things like that. So if you would like to see all the things that I get up to this month, then please join us. Stick around, like and subscribe, all those things, and that way you'll be notified when I do upload, because it will be at least every few days, possibly once a week, that kind of thing. But I will try to keep you posted of what I'm doing this month and sharing all of my projects, which are numerous and already behind, but such is life. So if you want to find out all those kinds of things, then watch on and I will keep seeing you throughout this month. All right, so I am letting out this theater style Regency dress that my singing group uses, and it's a little too tight for me. It's been worn by several people for many years and it is looking rough. So I've let it out at the side seams, much to this fabric's chagrin. It's not looking great, but at least it's let out there a little bit. But the back is still really kind of awful looking. So what I'm going to do, these hooks, they keep it on me, but it doesn't look good. So I'm going to cut basically a cover piece of fabric that's going to cover this entire section and flap over and have some snaps so that it will mask all of this, even though it looks like this underneath. And I mean, this baby's seen better days. Every seam is pulling in this poly satin, and there's really not much I can do for that, unfortunately, but I can at least help the back for while I have to wear it. So I'm going to cut a piece in this white, like broadcloth material I use for muslins. And then I have some eyelet that I'm going to cover it, because then it's the same as the sleeves and the skirt that goes on below it. So that's what we're going to do now, because I'm supposed to wear this tomorrow to sing in public. So we're going to see what we can do. I have this flap to cover all the nonsense going on under here, but you can see that really bad when it's backlit. I need to strengthen this, so I think I'm gonna pick a decorative stitch off my sewing machine. What do we want? Maybe something like one of these. I think I might stitch out a sample of a couple of them and then make a decision. Okay, we have altered this so it's extended here, which I don't think anyone's going to be able to notice by the time I have my arms down. I still have to put this on. It's definitely looser here, which is good. In the back, you know, it is what it is. I reinforced those pulling side seams, and I do think I can feel it's a lot sturdier. And this flap is going to cover everything at the back. And so I'm showing you this, and I will get to watch this footage and see how it looks. But I have to add some kind of snaps to this section, and I have to re-tack all of this. Hopefully you were able to see everything I was saying. At least it is wearable, and I can sing in this tomorrow, so almost done. Hello. So I have been knitting this morning. It is day 2 of December, so day 2 of the Advent. I am knitting the Woolens and Nosh mystery Advent sock. It's a self-striping yarn that creates a sock, and I have no idea. It's already sectioned off into 2 balls, so I don't know what's in this bag, which is really cool. And the way that it's designed is you knit one color until you hit this black, and then you stop. So I'm actually almost done with the second one. I didn't end up casting on yesterday. I wanted to, but I realized I hadn't watched her explanation of what you're supposed to do, and I wanted to make sure that that I did it correctly, if there was any kind of special consideration I needed to take to make it work out right. So I did that. I watched it last night, but I didn't end up having enough time to cast on. So I cast on my day 1, which was this green color. And now I'm almost finished knitting day 2. Like here's where I stop. So very exciting. This is the first sock though, and I will be doing them in tandem. So I have to figure out how I'm going to needle my I like to use DPNs to make socks, and I have 2 full pairs of DPNs and 1 partial where I broke one of the needles. They were bamboo. So I have another sock already on the other needles, so now I'm trying to decide if I just buy another pair of needles. It's a self-striping yarn that creates a sock, and I have no idea. It's already sectioned off into 2 balls. So I don't know what's in this bag, which is really cool. And the way that it's designed is you knit one color until you hit this black, and then you stop. So I'm actually almost done with the second one. I didn't end up casting on yesterday. I wanted to, but I realized I hadn't watched her explanation of what you're supposed to do, and I wanted to make sure that that I did it correctly, if there was any kind of special consideration I needed to take to make it work out right. So I did that. I watched it last night, but I didn't end up having enough time to cast on. So I cast on my day one, which was this green color. And now I'm almost finished knitting day two. Like here's where I stop. So very exciting. This is the first sock though, and I will be doing them in tandem. So I have to figure out how I'm going to needle my, I like to use DPNs to make socks, and I have 2 full pairs of DPNs and 1 partial where I broke one of the needles. They were bamboo. So I have another sock already on the other needles. So now I'm trying to decide if I just buy another pair of needles, which very well may happen. But I'm going to have to borrow the needles off of my other Christmas sock so that I can keep this up to date. But I'm really liking the colors so far. I think it's very fun. The theme is 50s, 60s cocktail party. And so she says they're all really bright colors that are like from 50s and 60s advertisements and stuff, which is definitely up my alley. So I am very excited to see how these turn out. And just the idea that you don't know what you're knitting is really fun. So if you are curious to see how the Woolens and Nosh Advent Calendar self-striping yarn looks, then stick around because I'm going to be vlogging my progress all throughout the month. In other news, I'm in a small women's singing group, and there's 6 of us, and we used to sing regularly at the Disney hotel lobbies for Christmas time, but Disney stopped doing that program, unfortunately, during the pandemic. And so now we try to find more local events to do. And so tonight we will be singing at a shopping center, which is cool. It's a little chilly. It's like going to be in the 50s tonight. So I think that's awesome. I love the cold weather, but it should be interesting to see how we feel in our dresses. But I got my dress finished, so I'm going to be doing that tonight as well. So kind of a stressful day, making sure that I remember to bring everything because I also have to work today. But yeah, should be a lot actually going on, which is rare because I'm usually pretty boring. So, and just to explain, I am today wearing my Rose Street cardigan by Squid School of Vintage Knitting. I love this sweater. It's fantastically cozy, but not too warm. And I'm also wearing my Uggs, my clear Uggs with my Colorwork Cuff Club socks. Holy cow. And yeah, there's only a little bit of condensation in there, you know? So it's a cozy day. It's a little chilly. And in Florida, you just have to embrace that and celebrate it when it's in the 40s, 50s, 60s. That does not happen super often. So I'm wearing all the cozy things today. I'm calling it Castaway Love. Good morning. Happy day 3 of Vlogmas. I am sitting at work knitting like I am prone to do before everyone else gets here. Already had quite the excitement with our very first frost and the beautiful art installation that I found in the middle of the street as I was driving. And now I'm on to my knitted advent calendar, which I was excited about it when I bought it. I've always wanted to do one of these, but I have to say, I did not anticipate how much I would enjoy making this. Like, I was hesitant because these do cost a decent chunk of money, and so I was like, I just can't justify it. I mean, I understand you're paying for the experience, but I gotta say, the experience, it's worth it. I'm having so much fun knitting this thing, and I will probably do it every year. And I realized that I have been knitting this, but I didn't share my tip. So I learned this from Summer Lee. From her videos and from her book about making socks. If you're making ribbing and you want a clean color change, instead of knit 2 purl 2 on just that first row after the color changes, you knit every single stitch and it makes it nice and clean. You don't get that little purl bump showing through on the purl stitches. So I have now completed that round, and now I'm back to knit 2 purl 2 ribbing for my yellow color. So I absolutely love my ChiaoGoo DPNs, but I am forever sliding my stitches off and it is driving me insane. I really need to make one of those little DPN snap-on needle minder thingies, and I just keep putting it off, but it's really got to happen because I'm so tired that every time I pick up a sock that's on my ChiaoGoos, I'm having to put some stitches back on the needles. So maybe this will motivate me to actually do that this month. Who knows? It's Christmas. We'll see.
The angel Gabriel from heaven came. His wings as drifted snow, his eyes as flame. All hail, said he, thou lowly maiden Mary, most highly favored lady, Gloria.
Well, 'tis the end of the day. I have done all the things I will be doing on this 3rd day of December, so I am sitting at my computer editing this video so that it can go out tomorrow. So hopefully this is somewhat interesting. If you enjoy this, I will continue to be posting Vlogmas. So check back in a couple of days and I will have the next set. But until then, I hope that you're having a wonderful December thus far, and thanks so much for joining me. Bye.